Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, The Report of the Week. Pleased to be here as always. This is an item that first came on my radar about a month ago, but it's finally out, it's finally here, and of course I'm finally able to try it out. McDonald's, they're one of those establishments that these days they don't make a ton of new releases. I think even a few years ago they had many more adjustments and additions to their menu than they have now. So a lot of the time a release from McDonald's is something to kinda keep your eyes peeled for, because you don't see them all that often. In this case, this release comes with a tweak that was made to their menu. Now, we all know a few years ago that chicken sandwiches were, and I suppose they still are, see, it's so crazy that I'm even getting tongue-tied. I wanted to say the latest or the most amazing, that it kind of got all mixed up. Anyway, chicken sandwiches were such an incredible trend, and still are, that even the thought of a chicken sandwich causes me to lose my composure. But every place was doing the chicken sandwiches, and McDonald's made some adjustments with their chicken sandwiches, I think in 2021. Well, now in 2023, they're making a few changes to their chicken sandwich lineup. First and foremost, they have renamed the chicken sandwiches, so don't ever utter those sacrilegious words ever again. Or, well, they're really not going to care. They're McDonald's. They've got better things to do. But you could pretend like something, like some curse is going to befall you should you call it a chicken sandwich, because now their chicken sandwiches are called McCrispy. And with the name change, they have a new McCrispy sandwich released. They have released the Bacon Ranch McCrispy. On this is a crispy chicken fillet, bacon, ranch dressing, and pickles, and it is available at the price anywhere from around $6 to $8, depending on location. I paid $7.50 for the sandwich by itself. So what it is their chicken sandwich, again, with bacon, ranch dressing, and pickles. So the bacon-ranch combination. We'll be trying that out today. You can see it comes right here in the little chicken sandwich. I said it. See? They're going to come after me now. The McCrispy pouch. What does it say? Flavors to love. Very minimalistic. The McDonald's arches, not golden in this case. There it is. Let's take a look. So again, chicken sandwich. You know, alright, forget it. McDonald's can come get me. I'm going to call this thing a chicken sandwich. You can see it is a chicken sandwich. Crispy. You can see the chicken fillet right there. The bacon. The bun. It is kind of funny that it's not the crispiest sandwich in the world, despite the implication given by the name. You can see those bacon strips right there. And, I don't know how well you could see it, but there is ranch dressing both on the top and below the chicken fillet. And on the top bun, there's that pickle, and you could see the bacon strips. So you could see all the various components of the sandwich. There's the bun. Again, price of $7.59. So I think you got a little good look at it. What I'm going to do, and this time I actually mean it, I'm going to pause the camera while I eat. I still have that temporary crown in my mouth, and this time when it's a full-blown sandwich, I just don't think there's going to be any easy way of eating this without having to awkwardly navigate around the dental work. So I'm just going to pause the camera, probably going to wind up cutting the sandwich in half, and then I'll go in at an angle. But in a moment, in just a split second for you, of course, I'll be right back having tried this out. You'll get a nice cross-section, and an assessment will be following. The McDonald's Bacon Ranch McCrispy sandwich, going in. Well, it was what it was. That's all that I could really say about it. I'll tell you what demoralized me about this the most. They call this sandwich the McCrispy. Now, I understand that this is merely a technicality, and the name is just that. It's just a name. But, you know, you'd think that if they're going to call a sandwich the McCrispy, then there's at least going to be a little bit of a crisp to it. And there wasn't. There was no crisp whatsoever to this sandwich. And that isn't even my main complaint, but that's just the little cherry on top of it all. It's not to say that this is the worst chicken sandwich I've ever had, far from it. I've had plenty worse. But it's certainly not what I was hoping for it to be either. So I did exactly as I said. I cut it in half, and then I kind of angled it in, and I was able to take some real good complete bites anyway, but I just wanted to do so with care and regard for the dental work. But anyways, you could see here in the cross-section, you can definitely get a real good look at it. You could see that, you know, in terms of the percentages, there's a good mass of the chicken right there. And then above that is the, I actually use my knife as a pointer, the bacon right there. You could see the pickles, a line of pickles, and then, of course, the ranch dressing atop and below, and again, lots and lots of chicken. But again, the exterior, number one, it's not crispy at all. It actually is very soggy. It just kind of falls right off very, very easily, as you could kind of see right there. All right, now the second thing about the sandwich that I'm just not a fan of is the consistency of the chicken. You might be looking right here, and you might kind of think to yourself, and, you know, when you cut a lot of chicken sandwiches in half, they take upon the same appearance. But you might look and you might think that chicken looks like just like a singular block of chicken. And as I bite into this and as I try it out, and I take that bite into the chicken, it feels like I'm biting into a large singular block. It's very chewy, it's very firm, it's very tough. And that makes things very, very complicated in terms of being able to eat or let alone enjoy the sandwich. The consistency of the chicken is just, it's not enjoyable in the least. As I said, I'm here just chewing and chewing away on it as if there's like rubber in this. It's just really chewy. It's not all that flavorful. There's no crisp to this sandwich whatsoever. As for the chicken quality itself, tastes all right. You know, there is some flavor to it, but again, as far as the whole experience of being able to even eat the chicken and you're just chewing away and chomping on and on at this, it doesn't make it worth it. You're not sitting there thinking, wow, this tastes so good, this is all worth it. No, you're just thinking, you know, I could go to a Chick-fil-A, get something that's going to blow this thing right out of the water. They call it the crispy. It's not even crispy. And then a real disappointing thing, as you could see, there's a good amount of ranch dressing on it. Again, on the top right there, and on the bottom, you're getting ranch in every single bite. And obviously the ranch dressing, it's not supposed to be the, you know, the most potent sauce in the world, but it's definitely supposed to have some sort of flavor to it. Well, as I'm trying this, I thought to myself, did they mess up? Did they put mayo on this instead of ranch? So, you know, I took the bun off, I inspected it, I tasted it, and no, this is indeed ranch dressing, but oddly enough, this ranch dressing used on the sandwich tastes incredibly watered down, and it's some of the least flavorful, or the most flavorless ranch dressing I've ever had, believe it or not, where I could barely discern any flavor whatsoever from this ranch dressing, despite there being so much of it. And the pickles themselves, sure, they have a little bit of a zing to them, a little bit of a tang that they contribute. The bacon is all right. Bacon is nice, it's flavorful, has a good crisp to it, but everything else, it's just, they're saying, okay, this is just going to be a bacon ranch chicken sandwich. Now, I've had plenty of those before. I don't have a problem with them. They could be a pretty good chicken sandwich, if I may say so myself. As a matter of fact, back in 2010 or so, McDonald's used to have a Bacon Ranch sandwich, I think, on their menu before, and I would get it all the time. I thought it was great. So, trying this out and comparing it to similar sandwiches I've had even from McDonald's or from other establishments, I just don't know how they achieved this result. Given the ingredients, it's a pretty easy thing to do. The ingredients are supposed to complement each other quite nicely, but how they got the chicken to be as chewy as it was and the ranch as flavorless as it was is really disappointing. And I would have hoped that there would have been better. Of course, I could give McDonald's the benefit of the doubt and say, well, it was just a sandwich that I wound up with. But, you know, as for these reviews, I just get what I get. I try to review whatever it is that's presented here. And in this case, this was disappointing. Now, maybe, again, given that it's McDonald's, your mileage may vary. You can take that into account if you'd like. Maybe your sandwich is better, but in this case, again, I spent $7.50 for disappointing chicken, flavorless ranch, and just a sandwich that leaves me disappointed. And again, despite the name, the outside of it is just covered in just this really just soggy, mushy sort of breading, and there's no real crisp or crunch at all. It's just chewy and really just lacking so much as far as flavor goes. This was a disappointing one. McDonald's, you know, they have hits and they have misses. This, at least given the sandwich that I had, was unfortunately a miss. So as a result, out of 10, I'm going to be giving the Bacon Ranch McCrispy sandwich a 4 out of 10. This one was just really disappointing to me. But, you know, I look forward to seeing what their next release is going to entail. I'll certainly try it out. And I also know going into this stuff, these establishments, they have their good days, they have their bad days. Maybe the one you wind up with would be better. If you're feeling adventurous, hey, give it a shot. Maybe you'll get in for some better luck than what I wound up with here. But as far as I'm concerned, disappointing. That's all that I have for you. Until next time, thank you for watching. I'm your host, the Report of the Week.